two teams, you look at a lot of the results you're seeing across tournaments like New York, you're looking at tournaments like Malmo, and even in the opening games of this tournament, there's been so many blowouts. Whether these teams are winning or losing, they're winning or losing in convincing fashion, which means that probably this is going to be pretty one-sided maps across the board, or one team's just kind of going to wipe the floor with the other, and so far that's been Vitality with a little bit of fight back from FaZe, maybe not as much as I would have wanted though.
No, definitely not, and this is going to be the last chance for FaZe as well, at least to go straight through to the semi-final. It's not an elimination match. If FaZe loses here, they'll end up having to play another game, and that will decide which team then goes through to the semi-final as the remaining team from this group. However, we're not at that point just yet. So Vitality are looking to get that auto berth through to the semis, and more importantly, that'll put them on the opposite side of the bracket to Astralis, who is looking like one of the strongest teams at this event right now.
Here's Vitality making their way over towards short, where there will be a contest from FaZe.
coldzera's in a good position as well, but can't actually land the shot on the first player. Brokey has to back away now as well. You think about that for coldzera as a one and done position, but it's really a zero and done position now. So Vitality take control of short water.
It's a rotation in, nice flashbang to be able to put some of these FaZe players in position to even up the odds, but Vitality, they're not forcing anything. 40 seconds to go, they're waiting out that short smoke. The flank is in from Con, but the rest of FaZe are stacked up on P.
Brokey trying to even the numbers, but it's actually Rain to do damage in that department. How is Nico still alive? He's like Neo. And all of a sudden, FaZe are actually starting to find the advantages. Nico gets another one. This is insane.
There you go, you can never count out FaZe on these pistols. Even a man disadvantage situation, Vitality's not able to convert that one. Some nice shot that's being landed by FaZe. And there you go, they pick up that pistol. And Lord knows they need it. Not that the pistol wins necessarily helped them too much in the previous game. Because the first time they won the pistol, then they lost the subsequent anti-eco. And then in the second time, you saw the opposite. Vitality won the pistol and FaZe won the eco force. Or the force buy rather. So now you're going to see Vitality go for the force buy as well.
Good flash.
Let's see if the curse will be broken.
Well, if Meister's just going to back away, not interested with the scout anymore towards Fountain. FaZe have given Vitality a fair bit of control of the map already, starting to get their way into short water now with Apex taking a peek.
Yeah, Vitality hasn't really used a whole lot of utility to get that map control either. They're kind of just walking around the map.
Deagle's looking for entries, and I think that's fair enough. It's going to be the contact play into the B site by the looks of things here for Vitality. No, bit of utility to sell the situation, but Brokey dancing around behind the pillar has work to do. The shocks, the last player coming through from Monster Tunnel will fall as well. Well done from Brokey. Alex still on the site. Rain is going to rotate down and deal with him, dispatch of him quite effectively. Now just Apex left. And Brokey should be able to finish this one off, marking a pretty nice round for himself. 4 kills there with that from us.
Yeah, good reaction from FaZe to be able to win a round like that. I mean, Vitality, it's surprising they didn't use a whole lot more utility than that, but you see, you know, that's been a pretty popular way to win with pistols since the dawn of time. I mean, Astralis really popularized that, where you throw the smoke onto heaven and the double flash on the right side of the fence as you push up short. It's been effective for many, many moons now, and you do see Vitality do come away with 2 kills and pretty clean entries in onto that B bomb side, but FaZe still are able to recover and survive with 3 players, so it's good signs for them as they move forward in this map. They're keeping their money nice and high if they're able to potentially come away with this round without too many losses.
Zai was a madman. He's just run forward to try and get those guys.
He knows he's going to hit the shot, Jordan.
Well, he didn't. Either way.
Just the hitbox. It's fine.
Blame the hitbox, yeah, exactly. Vitality starting to make their way to A. It's actually a bit more of a split setup than from Vitality what I thought it was.
Great catch. It's slippery in the bathrooms, but RPK still gets his hands on that nade.
Don't drop the nade. Shock's not going to be likely to get much done here. He does have a deagle though, so all it takes is one shot, but that'll be the end of him. 3-0 for FaZe. You couldn't really have asked for a better start, but the gun rounds are, generally speaking, where the game is won and lost. And so for Vitality, this is their first opportunity to show us what they have on Overpass.
Yep. So they're going to get that full buy up. Isn't going to be the same for FaZe. It's not really a throwaway, but when you see the Scout and Olaf and 5k in the bank, you can see he's not going to fully go for this, and you wouldn't expect him to either. Olaf's been a pretty proficient player with the Scout for many, many years now. double Molotovs invested and the push in towards playground here. But Zywoo runs straight through and denies Rain the push. That's going to be the man advantage there for Vitality.
Oh, you can instantly see how things change when Vitality have the guns in their hand.
Yeah, the aggression from Brokey, who's having a pretty good game here for FaZe, is warranted in that 5-on-4 scenario. FaZe definitely at a disadvantage there, but they're able to even things back up. Was pretty bad situation they found themselves in. I mean, let's face it, FaZe using a lot of utility for that to enable that aggression out of Rain to get in that playground position, and then he just gets absolutely owned by Zywoo.
Yeah, situation doesn't get much better when you look at the rest of the FaZe roster here either. Olaf's on 37 HP, Brokey on 31. So these guys are getting pretty low early on in the round. Vitality have plenty of time to make their way over to B. A smoke available for them, a couple of smokes in fact, a couple of Molotovs, an incendiary even there.
This is a lot of FaZe players though over here on this B bomb site. Cole's still got another smoke that he could potentially drop on short, so they're not going to be too worried about that position. Close angle from Nico, but what an opening from Apex.
Great shot to start things off as the rest of Vitality now start streaming past him. Nico's hiding behind the smoke called Zera to help them out as well, and that looks like a nice setup for FaZe. But it does get chunked away as Nico falls, and now straight through with the back of the flash there for Alex. There's going to be another round here for Vitality, assuming Olaf Meister can't get a whole lot done. Molotov forces him back.
Wants to go find a primary weapon, because if he's able to grab one, he can potentially drop over a gun to Cold and then buy himself an AWP, and FaZe has got himself a pretty good buy to be working with. There you go. Finds Rain's M4, and FaZe going to be looking forward towards that next round. Nice little play in the mid-round, though, from Alex. You can see the shift out of Vitality. Apex actually snuck out Monster, and he is well aware that FaZe isn't playing an aggressive setup where they would have a player on the pillar or close to Monster. Instead, it's going to be a bit more of a retake setup towards ABC, which gives Vitality the room to come out Monster like that. So they shift away, back from the A side of the map, creep out Monster there, and with those Queen entries from Apex and the 2 frags in the mid-round from Alex, that's the round done and dusted for Vitality.
Money's not looking too great for FaZe either, so Vitality might be back into the swing of things pretty quickly here. Zywoo opening things up very nicely as well, having to go through those couple of mollies. You feel he's under pressure there, but stays pretty cool and calm. And this is going to be the last buy for FaZe before they get reset. So an important one for Vitality and for FaZe. Obviously for FaZe, this is not their map choice and not a map that they're, at least on paper, too proficient in.
Again, it's going to be the investment of the utility over there towards the playground. Vitality going to go for a bit of a different approach. It's to creep through Con. Something that that old SK roster, the Brazilians used to do quite a lot. So we'll see how effective it is against old mate Cold. Vitality at the top of Con now. Will they be flashed out by RPK? Doesn't even have one actually, so it's going to be the self-flash out from Apex to look for any kind of an info. But with this Con control, it's actually just the emphasis over towards short B. Nice flashbang from the B bomb site to send Olaf Meister onto the line, but he's not going to grab anything, so instead going to fall back. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see maybe the push up long in the mid-round to grab some information. That's something that FaZe did in the previous. And Vitality now started to grab some control of this bathrooms area.
Again, they still have a lot of utility as they start to get close to the bomb site, and they have typically been executing around 40 seconds.
What's the boost up in the mid-round here from FaZe to be able to stop the rotation down Con, but nice spray through the wall from Cold onto Shox, and all of that information that no one's in short water. Rain going to drop another smoke and push up into it.
Seems like it's time to pull the trigger though on the A bomb site here for Vitality as the execute starts to fly across. No, they're going to fake it out, and Rain is in the perfect position to catch Zywoo off. That is a big brain play from Rain. Alex is right behind him, but he's got no idea. And Cold Zera waiting on short should just do enough damage to make this a risky round now for Vitality. Apex on his own has to cower away. That was a huge round from Rain. That's a huge play.
Absolutely. The disruption that FaZe needed on that CT side. Overpass is not really a map you could just wait for something to happen. It's waves of aggression on the CT side. Always trying to jostle for position, trying to stop the enemy team from taking that bathroom's control or re-aggressing into short B water, changing up your setups constantly, pushing up long. It's always a different look on that CT side, particularly over towards the A side of the map. That time it's aggression in the late round from Rain that really bears fruit for FaZe.
That keeps FaZe in the Buyers Club. Orb still in the hands of Overpass. Nice to see here for FaZe, off to a 4-1 start.
Buy up for Vitality.
They've got no utility at all, like
No.
a smoke and a flash.
Well, luckily they got some sharp players that can definitely hit some heads if they put their mind to it. Question is FaZe going to allow them to have the opportunities to hit those heads? Someone like Olaf Meister with the AWP here should have pretty much free reign. There's no flashbangs to push him off any angles, so if the movement isn't correct from Vitality, if the shoulder peaks do not come out, you're going to see a lot of those Ts dropping before they can make it happen onto the A site.
Not too bad of control of the map being taken here by Vitality. They have control of bathrooms, which means they can go into A.
What are they going to do realistically, though, with one flash and a smoke?
Well, that's it, isn't it? You have to make a contact play.
At least they've put the pressure on bathroom and forced the rotation from Nico back up towards the dumpster, which means there's only 2 players to contest on this B bomb site. What kind of utility have they got? Cold can counter flash. There's the Molotov being dropped over towards Monster. 1 flash left on Brokey and Cold, but realistically, Alex is going to throw that smoke into heaven.
Well, let's see how it goes on the entry here. Great flash to enable Cold Zero. The peek into Monster, and Brokey backs him up well. Everyone on short just gets absolutely machine gunned.
They just get wiped. And look at that reaction from FaZe. As soon as the pressure comes out, they don't hold their position. They don't wait for the Ts to come to them. It's the aggression. It's the peeking straight into the angles close in towards Monster and short there.
Well, now you start questioning things for Vitality. You know, 5-1 for FaZe. It's not off to the races just yet. You know, the job's not yet done. But if Vitality don't start coming back into this first half, you know, this is where FaZe looks to push us through to our third map.
Brokey's having a pretty phenomenal game here. 12-1 to start things off. Really getting FaZe going. And Vitality, who is starting a bit slower on the T side here. They are going to get 5 deeks, and you definitely can't count them out with the amount of impact that Deagles had in the previous game of Nuke. Olaf's just 1-0. He hasn't seen anyone most of this time.
Well, he has now. Does miss the shot there. Knows he's covered from long, so doesn't have to spend time watching that. These pistols, unlikely that Vitality are going to get too much damage done. Nico is farming up a storm. Rain was looking to get involved as well, but didn't get the opportunity. It's just Shocks on Alex now. And no damage done so far to that CT economy. That's the best news right now for FaZe. They're actually playing a very solid, methodical version of this CT side where they're not giving Vitality much.
No. Most of the times that Vitality are actually contesting for that map control, FaZe is just chilling. They're waiting. After that initial push didn't really work in that first gun round, you saw FaZe just slow things down. It's been pretty smooth sailing for them so far. Some aggression in the mid to late round, but apart from that, hasn't been really, you know, that balls to the wall aggression you sometimes see on the CT side of Overpass, where it's constantly getting in the face of the other team. More so, it's been some trickier plays, some boosts, some nice flashbangs in the mid round to be able to enable certain players to go for picks. And that's what's really been working for FaZe. But, you know, up 6-1, they have a really good economy behind them. This is best case scenario for FaZe to make a case for themselves to be able to actually take Overpass here, be able to get themselves through to the third.
Well, it's going to be
about how long does Vitality sort of lay dormant? That's right.
It's about consistency now for FaZe. Like, they've started off well, but if they don't finish this first half in the same vein that they've started it, you know, Vitality just comes back into it, and it's a whole different storyline going into the second half.
Well, here's the change-up for FaZe. It's a double setup in Con. You got the boost from Olaf. He's on top of the shelf looking towards Party while Rain mines Con for him. The push in the mid-round for Brokey. This man's feeling so confident. Very early on, he just goes out and he gets that frag. He must have like 13-1 or something. Wow. And the off angle isn't checked by RPK. It's a freebie for Olaf.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit loose now for Vitality, and FaZe are flourishing.
Lovely flashbang there from Nico to be able to set up Olaf for the repeat.
Oh, you would have backed Olaf to hit that shot with the Deagle as well. I was waiting for it. Would have been the cherry on the cake for FaZe, wouldn't it? Not that they need it. They've got the cake anyway.
Yeah, and the cake is this flashbang usage every single round and the smartly timed aggression. There you go. That's about the first duel that FaZe hasn't won so far, really, it feels like. And let's see if this continues here. This is very impressive stuff, but that's a freebie given to ZywOo. And the amount of times you've seen ZywOo and Shocks win a 2-on-4, that's not something you want to be giving to them. But there you go. another push. One thing you can rely on FaZe to do, I've seen so far today, and that is they will not stay still in the mid-round. Constantly pushing around and trying to jostle for position and find the angles and find the timings to be able to give themselves a better chance to win.
Shock's not going to check the corner properly. Nico aptly waiting. 7-1 now. Oh, well. Where does Vitality turn to now? It had to be a tactical pause, didn't it? It's been a little while since we saw one, so big discussion now for Vitality. Do we buy? Do we save? What are we doing? You know, are we letting this map slip already?
See what they do end up going for. The money's not stable enough to be able to get a really good buy together. They just have that full loss bonus, and sometimes you need to really draw that line in the sand and not fall into that false sense of security of, hey, some of us have money for AKs. Do we just buy because we have the money for it, or do we just take this save even though we're so far behind already, down 7-1, give FaZe another round, and then start to mount the comeback to be able to get themselves some rounds? I like this middle ground. I like going for the half buy, getting yourself some good utility, going for a strat that's going to give yourself a higher percentage to win the round, and being able to buy up in the next one anyway. It's nice to see from Vitality. By the way, RPK's 0-8 after a monstrous game last map. This man is literally gone missing.
Definitely tells the tale, doesn't it? Vitality are going to run through that incendiary. They're trying to get onto the B bomb site here, and Shox is leading the charge, but Brokey's hiding in a smoke and inevitably does get found. It's a game of hide and seek, and the prize is death for Brokey. Zero, however, on short remains unchecked, and while the bomb does go down, Vitality are dropping like flies. Alex has himself an SG. He'll be the danger man here, but RPK somehow gets one with a P250. And Rain is on 6 HP. A feasible round now for Vitality if RPK and Alex can step up. He gets a nice angle onto Cold Zero. Doesn't hit the shot though. And Rain falls. That bomb is ticking quickly. But Cold Zero will put an end to the shenanigans. Vitality made that a little closer than they might have deserved to. But 8-1 for FaZe. It'll be a good enough result, especially considering the money they've got. They don't mind losing these guns.
Yeah, look, the round is the road back into this game, rather, for Vitality is pretty treacherous at this point, but any kind of damage they can get done in a half-buy round like that, forcing FaZe to rebuy these weapons, forcing FaZe to rebuy these rifles, potentially maybe an AWP, it's slowly going to chip away the economy and begin that domino effect to get Vitality back into this game, because FaZe doesn't have much loss bonus built up at this point. The thing is, though, that they need to actually start putting these rounds on the boards to be able to make those kills that they got in the last round actually mean something. Oh, that's a terrible start.
That is. Well, Alex at least is able to trade Nico back down, but man, Brokey is always good for one. Look at him, 14-2 after 9 rounds.
I mean, it pretty much does it all that he literally walked out the other round into short on the timing that he felt was good and just got himself a frag.
That is not a good start to the round for Vitality. Again, back to the drawing board. What's plan B now? Definitely not that.
And it's just, even in the man advantage situation, FaZe is just staying active, constantly looking for more picks. Rain's still pushing, still looking for something more. Oh my god. Oh. How has he not found that? Ah, man. Sometimes the walls in this game can be a little bit misleading, but this is actually a pretty good position that Apex has found himself in. Does actually cop the AWP shot through the wall, and with the flank potentially coming out from Cold in connector, Vitality need to get a wriggle on and put this bomb down, but Shox is in no rush at the moment, and Cold, patient as ever.
Well, they do have 40 seconds here, so there's no real need to do anything too crazy just yet as Vitality, but you're right, the more time that they give Cold here, the worse it's going to get. And it really is a matter of timing now for Shox and for Apex. If they check their backs, if Cold Zero is going to keep this push going, it does look like right now Vitality should be able to get a bomb plant down.
Look, FaZe has set up the net. It's just a matter of time, and that's going to be a freebie for Olofmeister. Oh my god, how do these shots keep connecting?
That just puts a nail in the coffin for Shox as well. Let's see if he can dig his way out. Has the info of Cold behind him, but Olofmeister is in front as well. Who's behind, who's in front? I don't think it matters at this point. Philosophical discussion aside, FaZe are up to 9.
I can tell you, I know, you know, literally who's in front. It's FaZe.
It's FaZe right now.
Very far ahead.
I mean, in the context of the whole series, technically Vitality is still in front, because they have that whole map on the board.
You always have to back chat me, Jordan.
Yeah.
You can never just let something be.
Why
just
can't
say,
you...
look, Pilly, you're right.
No, all you have to do is be right, and then I won't back chat you. You just have to be right.
It's the one thing I can never do. Just ask my missus. Anyway, Vitality, it's a full buy up from them. Going to go for a bit of a different approach. Many players over here towards B. It's going to be a big contest onto Cold Zero. I would imagine the man doesn't really have a Molotov to be able to drop. Brokey doesn't have one either, so they're going to do just as they did before. It's the close setup in towards Monster, while Nico mines the bridge.
Here we go. Vitality starting to make their way in. Oh, it's mincemeat. Cold Zero gets 2, Brokey 1, and Vitality go bye-bye. Apex, the last, and he'll get one onto Nico. It's a consolation prize, really.
It's just such an effective way to hold down that big bomb site. Lots of people, they'll just sit back in the water, they'll sit back at ABC, and they'll allow the T's that space to get out into outside of Monster. And although Apex gets one back, he's so weak at this point, I don't imagine that this is possible. But FaZe, it's the opposite sort of approach from them. If you've got such tight choke points in towards Monster, why not use them?
He's going to run out of ammo. He's got 38 bullets left.
Spam it away, trying to make something happen.
Well, pop flash through here for Apex. "30 seconds. I don't think that he's going to be able to get too much done here. Cold Zero's watching the angle, and that'll be that. Nicely done from FaZe, up to 10-1. And they are marching forward, aren't they?
I don't know where this has come from. I think it's just one of those things where you haven't seen FaZe very much on this map. And I guess they've been putting in the work. They've been making it happen.
Evidently. Doing well for themselves.
Yeah, it's a pretty good performance across the board, would have to say, from FaZe. So far, I mean, no one on Vitality's really got rolling, honestly. I think they kind of fell asleep with how easy it was for them to be taking nuke there.
Whoa. That's not what was intended.
It's a full investment for Vitality once again. Zywoo's got himself a scout. Rest of the lads lacking some Molotovs, which can be pretty crucial on a map like Overpass to clear out certain positions and stop the CTs from peeking certain angles. That's one of the common ones you'll see. It's a smoke into the bathrooms and a molly on Divider. This will allow the T's to potentially pinch Con, not that they really need to, because it looks like Apex has pretty much taken matters into his own hands to get control over there. Similar setup once again from FaZe. You see Rain up near the flower pot. He could potentially push in the mid to late round to find some information for FaZe. And again, it's just FaZe keeping active, gathering information, jump spotting wherever they can. A bit of a different setup on this B bomb site. It's going to be more of a retake with one towards ABC, one in the water, while Nico rotates back up towards A. And it's a good read from FaZe, honestly.
Look at this position from Rain. Surely you're not checking this one. Well, flashes are going to come across. Alex does indeed, but Rain has moved accordingly, and he just gets rid of Alex and RPK. So see you later.
That's some great timing.
Get off my lawn.
Sees that flash coming in and turns perfectly. If he had just stayed still that extra second, that probably would have been a freebie for Vitality. Instead, it's a 3K for Rain.
Hello. I'll take 3, please. Zywoo. Or Zai Wounded. Did you like that one?
He's got 100 HP, Jordan.
Yeah, but he's probably feeling pretty wounded.
It's the mental wounds that are the worst of all.
Indeed. Oh, Olaf. Where you going, buddy? Where are you off to? Thought bathrooms was clear. It was not. Actually, Orb's going to be taken through here from Zywoo. Just. Wow. Still 11-1 though for FaZe. I don't think they're overly concerned by the fact that Zywoo's been able to keep that Orb because...
I don't think so. I think the rest of this half, they just do whatever they want.
Yep.
I think this is where Vitality takes the last 3 rounds. Because this is what you always see. You always see the team that's up 11-1 get sloppy, and then they just randomly start dropping rounds that they shouldn't be dropping.
Let's see if your prediction is going to be correct. Olaf certainly had a better time with the AWP on this map than he did on
I mean, he's always been famous for his Overpass.
So I was going to say, you don't pick Overpass against Olaf, lest you suffer the consequences. Shocks. Oh, that could have been interesting had he hit that shot. Goes all right.
All right. Well, Vitality going to be moving up Con, trying to take some map control, whatever they really can with the limited utility that they have. It's only really the half buy around the Orb that Zywoo was able to hold on to. FaZe playing reasonably passive once again. Question is what happens in the mid to late round from FaZe, because they have been quite passive, quite happy and content to sit on these bomb sites, but it's usually around this time in the round that someone makes something happen, someone gets active. Colt's got himself a flash. You see the flash coming out from Nico, doesn't give them any information. Now it's only Brokey who's got utility on this B bomb site, which means that FaZe are just going to brawl. They're going to look for the info.
Entering with the AWP? Surely not. Nico's in a good angle here. Shocks an RPK will try and dispatch of him. No, it's ZywOo that takes the initial peek. RPK now has that AWP, but he puts the P250 to good use. As now the attention turns to coldzera, and of course it does. 3 kills and make it a 4th. FaZe lock out the B site.
Vitality just can't deal with this close setup. Every single time it's just multiple CTs playing off of each other in close angles, multiple pop flashes, just being able to set them up for success. Even when they didn't have the utility, once again using that close short off angle, and then you just have the second player dancing around the pillar, another player close monster, and by the time any of those players would have been cleared out, if Vitality had even done that at any point, they would have sustained multiple losses and you would have seen the retake come in from FaZe.
It's buy time for Vitality, and it's high time that they win a round or two here. It just seems like FaZe is playing on another level here on Overpass. They just know where Vitality is and what they're going to be doing. What's the appropriate counter is to that. 12-1 now. I mean, you would be forgiven for assuming that this was going to go to 14-1. I mean, it still may well go to 14-1. This round here for Vitality is going to be the one where they make or break that dream, though.
Did not expect this to come out from FaZe. I don't think Vitality have really cottoned on to the fact that it's even happening. They're still just kind of looking like they're going through the motions as they're kind of just getting pounded round after round by FaZe.
I don't think Vitality expected much like this either.
I mean, why would you? There's not really much to go off.
No, and then if you did, you wouldn't have picked the map. So, Rain, he's going to go through the smoke here. Yes, off the back of a flash, but I think he might have been white there as well. That is going to give RPK the opening frag. One that's been missing quite a bit for Vitality, that opener.
Yep, but you see again, it's the aggression in the mid-round. Olof's going to take the peak. Nico pushes up long. Doesn't quite win that duel, though. See Olof up close in bathrooms here. There's still some FaZe players in positions where they can win this round, despite the fact that they have the man disadvantage.
Olof's going to get some info into bathrooms as well, off the back of the flash from coldzera. Oh, this could be big. Oh, that is huge. That's a great shot from Olof Meister. Here comes ZywOo into the site, and there goes ZywOo right out of the site as well. coldzera's going to lock it. You don't even need 3 players, mate. You just need 2. FaZe are up 13-1.
I mean, you know, the unsung hero of that round is Brokey. The man pushes into short B, despite the fact they're in a man disadvantage situation. Gets all of the information from that position he's sitting in. He can hear everyone rotating down con, opening the door. He can see anyone running across monster. And therefore, no one needs to rotate off that A bomb site. Cold and Olaf just go forward. They don't go back. Again, just this aggressive setups in the mid to late round that Vitality can't really deal with.
Oh, well, Vitality, one more attempt here on the T side. Haven't been really able to put anything on the board so far, making a lot of noise as well. So that's going to be the information for Rain and for the rest of FaZe. Not only the information, but one more kill as well. Rain's having a good day here as well. 11-6 for him. Vitality looking to execute onto the site, but they might not even get there. Rain looks to just shut them all down, and Nico's out. Nico's available. And now there's just RPK left alive. Of course, Olof Meister to finish the half off. I think it's fitting. He had a very, very good first half there on the CT side with the AWP.
Where the hell did that come from? I just can't even process that. Unbelievable. These players on FaZe are just firing on all cylinders.
Tell you what, I'll give you a little bit of time to process it, Pilly. We're going to head to a break, but the second half, how long it is going to be, we'll be back after this.
get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me. You know.
Welcome back to IEM Beijing. We're on the B stream here, and it's FaZe and Vitality. A much different story to the first map, which was all the way of Vitality, and well, now this one, as you can see there with the scoreline, 14-1, has been decidedly the opposite.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable performance so far from FaZe. They went down on their map pick of Nuke that they've looked so strong on as of late, even taking it over EG, who have been pretty good on that map pretty consistently. But now onto Overpass, a map that FaZe really hasn't got many reps on with this lineup and in recent history. Turns out might be a bit of a pocket pick for the lads. They had an absolutely unstoppable CT side predicated off individual players just getting in there, staying active and stopping Vitality from even getting rolling. And look, I don't think there's any chance Vitality comes back into this game, but it's a question of how many rounds can they pick up to build up some momentum heading into the third map of Inferno and trying to secure themselves that semi-spot.
Well, that's what we're about to find out here. How clean FaZe can make it here. And with the start like that, you have to think that they might well make this one a pretty quick one, maybe even a 16-1 if the pistol goes their way. And they're on their way to doing that as well. But ZywOo's got a little bit of a sneaky position here. This could be the difference maker. Risk versus reward. It's a high risk, but it's going to be a high reward here as well, as he will catch coldzera. Rain elects not to continue the push. Now, ZywOo's faked that he's gone back down the ladder there. That is going to give Rain some pause for thought. Oh, wow. Great shot from Rain. Great awareness as well.
Well, he went down the ladder one way or another.
He
It's
did.
about whether he went down there in a body bag or not.
Nico's hiding on the other side of the door. Alex is very close by here as well. There's no one to help him out on short water there either. So he's going to have to do this all himself. And oh my god. There he goes. Just gets binned by Nico.
Many bins on Overpass, and Vitality has been stuffed into various numbers of them. There's one of them. Another one near the bathrooms. Another one CT spawn. There's one for every single player on Vitality.
Well,
I think they're going to need them all.
Perhaps a round turner for RPK. Puts it back to a 3v2. The issue, however, is it's basically a 3v1 now for Apex. Unless that rotation comes in quickly here from RPK, which it has. Nico, check. Oh my god, he's just hitting everything. Holy cow.
Doesn't even have any support. He just ran up there by himself, seeing if he could cause that rotation, and they could make the read.
Wow.
But who needs to make a read on anything when Nico is just going to one-tap everybody in the server?
I just don't know what to say. It's 15-1 now for FaZe.
It's been one of those.
Second half is going to take even less time than the break did.
I don't know why I'm so surprised, to be honest. Like, this is what I expected from this series. I expected probably a 3-mapper where the teams would blow each other out multiple times, because that's what has been happening for Vitality when they've been losing series. You saw a couple of those at Malmo, I think it was. As for FaZe, you know, you saw some of those over in New York where they're losing or winning series in very convincing fashion, and nothing in between. That's what you saw. Even when they won Blast, they still lost a map 5-16 against Liquid, you know? So both of these teams, you're seeing sort of similar scorelines to what you're seeing in this series. The interesting thing is that it's happening on their own map picks, though.
Yeah, that is weird. That is very weird indeed. I suppose you can kind of get that, though. Like, it's FaZe, you know? Anything can kind of happen with a team like this.
think they just each and every one of them had quite a few wheat picks in between map 1 and 2.
I would have to go ahead and guess that
Wait.
literally none of the players in this server have ever even had wheat picks. Well, a few of them have been to Australia for IEM Sydney though, so maybe.
Never had a wheat pick. I don't know if I believe that, considering the shots that Zywu hits. What do you feed him?
That's definitely a wheat picks kid if I ever saw one.
Yeah. He's like a 7 wheat picks kind of guy.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, 15-1 is FaZe going to clean it up here and now. Make it 16-1 and put us through to our third map. It's what we're really waiting to see. It's been a slow kind of around this one.
Yep.
35 seconds left on the board.
I mean, these rounds are the most dangerous. When you leave it to the last second, it leaves you open to some potential opportunities for some of these lads with the pistols to make it happen, particularly when they got still smokes to drop.
Quite a few of them, in fact. Vitality have held on to a fair bit. Zywu, he's caught one in the side and now a second as well. It's Nico down alongside Rain. 13 seconds here for FaZe to get the bomb plant. Shox hiding away behind the smoke could be the difference maker here. Apex has got his knife out. coldzera,
No.
he might just be able to do it. He's got no idea where Shox is. Vitality are going to win the round by the skin of their teeth.
That's just beautiful stuff from them. I mean, that whole round, they're holding on to smokes. They're waiting for something to happen. FaZe throws that execute onto the A bomb site, and Vitality just drops 2 smokes on the front of the site and plays behind them, essentially creating angles that weren't there before for the pistols to be able to create favorable engagements and take some close range battles without any trade potential for those Ts unless they come through the smokes as well. And although the round still gets scrappy, it's still back and forth. Vitality's able to create enough space for themselves to be able to buy time for those rotations to come in and win in that one-on-one at the end there.
Shox with his favorite weapon. And he might get one more here. Oh, has he spotted the gun? Has he heard something? Well, he's got the info now, but maybe not the way that he would have liked to have. Rain gets one more. So it's 4v4. Zywu obviously trading for it, but decent enough damage being done here by FaZe to make you think that actually, if they hit a couple more shots, this could start to slip away for Vitality, and that's definitely not how you'd want to lose map 2.
Zywu is so isolated here as well. He literally has no support from anyone except for RPK, who's trying to come through short and clear out that area so that he can have a bit of an escape plan.
Nice trade from coldzera.
RPK up close on the off angle. It's going to be a double push into water for Vitality, who understand they're at a disadvantage. Alex also flanking in through bathroom. Vitality staying nice and active to try to make sure that they can close this round out and stay alive in this game.
Wonder what Olofmeister is going to be able to do here. Doesn't look like he's actually going to run into Alex, who's backed away a little bit more toward long. Still a fair bit of time actually to play with here for FaZe. Nico's going to open up a hole in the wall, and that's going to give RPK the information that there's a player there. In the meanwhile, Olofmeister not quite able to connect the shot there onto Alex, which would have probably opened up the A bomb side and could have changed the round.
It's going to be the difficult position to deal with. 20 seconds, you got to deal with Apex. You also got to run through a smoke onto the big bomb site. How are you going to even expect Apex there when the smoke's dropped on short? Still expensive here for Vitality, though. I think RPK's got it on lock, though.
Yeah, he does. Funny that. 15-3. Doesn't make the scoreline look much better, though.
No, definitely not.
Be
Still
another
very
save.
one-sided. But Vitality is clawing back a couple of rounds. Maybe give themselves some more confidence.
Stop
These
grasping
are
at
very,
straws.
These are very ropey rounds. I'm not grasping at anything, mate. I already said they can't win the map.
Ropey rounds or brokey rounds?
Definitely not brokey rounds.
No.
Because if they were winning brokey rounds, they'd be at 15 rounds.
Well, if brokey rounds were happening, we'd probably be in the ad break getting ready for map 3.
Probably. Brokey doesn't like ads, though. He's got ad block. It's one of those youngsters.
Can't add the block. Add the block. Block the ads that are on the stream.
That's true.
Got him. 5,000 IQ play. Big
There you
push
go.
from Vitality here again.
Really sounding like an ESL employee now, Jordan.
Yeah. Just everywhere. All of the extremities are being pushed by Vitality, and that might come back to bite them. Zywu
What do you
gets
even
binked.
do? What do you even do?
You just hide
They're
behind
just,
the corner.
they're not barely even peeking around the angles.
Yep.
They're barely even peeking around the corners. They're just copping dinks.
Oh, he's been spotted. Apex has been seen. Or has he? At least the communication might not have been there for Nico. He did not quite seem to have the info. Now Apex joins
Look
the
at
party.
the dinks!
Great shots from Brokey. It's just not enough though. Vitality have the numbers here. They have the guns. And Overpass, if he had his Glock out there, might have got one more. 21 HP for ZywOo. But Vitality goes to 4. First gun round though for FaZe here.
They've only got Glocks and like 2 P250s, and every single time a Vitality player spots someone on FaZe, they're literally just copping multiple shots to the noggin. So ridiculous. FaZe looking so sharp. Here we go though, first proper gun round of the half. It's going to be a pretty exciting one to see if Vitality can stay alive. It's going to be AWP both for Olaf and ZywOo.
Big nades. Olaf cops a little bit of a tickle. It's like more of a haircut really than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything that FaZe definitely do have going for them, they all have very fresh haircuts usually.
Yeah. Indeed. Slow and steady for FaZe, as it has been throughout this T-side so far.
They're going to clear out Con. They're going to start to make some moves over here towards bathroom. Smoke onto the entrance to the toilet. Olaf going to set up the lads with a flash over the top of Con. That pushes ZywOo off the angle, and he shouldn't have committed to that one. Nico's going to make him regret it.
Yeah, we'll let him know why. Oh, scary times for Shocks. A ghost.
Oh,
spooky.
It's the 8th of November, a week later.
Yeah. Don't want to be rolling around that corner and seeing Nico just pointing an SG at you. Oh, that's gone right into the smoke. So Rain actually gets through it. Wow.
No, that is not how you want to be losing the man advantage if you're Vitality. I'm pretty sure when you're down 15-4 and you lose a pick like that, you probably just give up.
Yeah.
Probably just had enough at this point.
That's not fun. Not fun at all, unless you're Rain. He's been doing that, though, throughout Overpass to pretty good effect. Pushing smokes here and there. His timing has been great.
What has this map been, though? Where's the fight back from Vitality? I know FaZe are playing a hell of a game, but there just seems to be no one trying to step up and turn things back around for Vitality and close out this series.
Maybe Shocks can. Coldzera with the Shadow. It's going to give the info over to Shocks just a little bit earlier. So now it's 3v3. 10 seconds on the clock here, and FaZe have yet to even get into BRBK. He doesn't win the aim duel. Rain has saved it for FaZe. And now Vitality needs someone to do just that. It might be Apex who catches Brokey a little bit over eager, pushing in, trying to finish this game off, trying to be the hero for FaZe. Olaf Meister catches Shocks as well. And that might well be the kill that gets the map here for FaZe. We have to ask for more though for Olaf Meister.
No kit.
Oh, still the one. What's that? He couldn't even see him.
Moving.
He couldn't even see him.
You don't move and shoot in this game, Jordan.
Well, the map's not over yet, folks.
Just one of those Apex things. Not even sure he knows how we did it. Look at him.
That's a man who's seen some things. That's what I look like right now as well. My eyes are just wide open. How's he hit that shot?
I don't get it.
Let's
I
see.
Really just
Have a look on the replay. He saw him
full
the first
strafe.
peek.
He's full strafed it. His crosshair wasn't even on, but he's been given that. Gaben's gone, you know what, Vitality, you've had a really rough one so far. I'll give you that one. You can have it.
Well, Vitality, they're coming back into their own now on the CT side. Really starting to show us something. It's a long, hard grind to get this one back to 15 apiece, but Vitality are getting some rounds on the board.
Look, okay, I know, should I even say it?
Do it.
They're 9 rounds behind, but like, Vitality has been so good on the CT side of this map in the past.
Okay.
So good.
What you're saying is they can win this map.
You know what? Why not? They can win it.
All right.
Maybe.
The thing is, though, it's hard to believe that FaZe are not going to get just one round
Yeah,
here.
there's no way.
Somewhere.
They're playing too good individually. Like, literally all 5 of their players are just firing on all cylinders.
Rain, oh. Does just miss the shot, and no connection onto the player through the wall either.
Can't take back what I said.
Why is
I
that?
already want to backpedal.
Think they're going to lose now?
That's why.
It's a 1-for-1. Could be worse for Vitality. Looks like it'll be a peek into short.
Push on short, and from Con as well.
You can't miss that. ZywOo doesn't get punished for it, and it draws enough of a distraction that RPK is able to get some work done, but he continues the push. Coldzera!
No way.
How has he done that? Gets 2.
but it's just so unnecessary.
I think you've jinxed it, Pilly.
RPK, he goes forward instead of back.
You've cast a cursed it.
You can't reverse the tank. Can you?
I think you can.
There you go. Should have put it in reverse. Bomb is dropped. FaZe are going to have to grab that. But once they do grab that, should be all Gucci to close this one out. Thing is, though, that both of the Vitality players are over here towards B. They have such a low percent to win this round in the 2-1-3. I mean, not a super low percent, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them just stack B. This is a pretty nice off angle from Alex as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he just got a freebie there with the A1S. Into B they go.
What is Alex going to be able to do here? It's all on him, and that is a nice start. Doesn't look like he'll be able to deny the bomb plan here. coldzera in the perfect position, and Olaf shuts him down. It's a 2v1 now for ZywOo. Can he be the hero that Vitality needs? He starts to creep his way forward, mirroring that of coldzera. Oh, seen him. Now it's a 1v1. CZ in hand, flashes out here. It'll be ZywOo to take the challenge, but Olaf Meister to win it. And it really did feel like a matter of time there. We gave a little bit of hope to Vitality, and they very quickly pulled it away. 16-6, the map goes the way of FaZe, and that means we'll head to Inferno now. What a